What are some of the issues that people face when they are traveling using oxygen tanks?
Okay. So I guess first off, I would say that we at Wise Out don't see these issues with our patients because we bill POCs to insurance as opposed to tanks. Okay? And I hate to be Mr. Spoiler Alert, but let me just tell you what to do. Rent or buy a POC and call it a day. Don't bother. So first off, plan on going on a plane there, Sonia?
Yeah, well,
Can't.
yeah.
You can't take these on a plane. Okay, so now if you're thinking about actually traveling with tanks, right? Your world just got a lot smaller. Okay. Now remember in another video we talked about you roughly get about 10 tanks per month. Okay, so let's go back to that idea where what are you sacrificing in order to take this trip? Okay, because I've noticed, as we've discussed in other videos, that most people that have tanks don't travel. There's very important things that come up to where they know they need to, like their granddaughter's getting married. Okay, that's what moves them. That's when they start freaking out. They're like, I have to be there, right? So that's what causes this to happen. But you only got 10 tanks. So hopefully you're not having to get on a plane. But like I said, get a POC, okay? You can rent a POC and
And take that on a plane.
you can take that on a plane, no problem. These are all airplane certified. You're good to go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, I can imagine like with the, you had mentioned 10 tanks a month, so roughly 40 hours of oxygen.
on average, at 2 LPM, right?
Yeah.
So I know we're getting technical here. Go
So
ahead, yeah.
that seems like if you're traveling by car, that's going to pretty severely limit your travel, your distance that you can travel.
Yeah. Like I said, we have got to get really premeditated when you're on tanks. Okay? So how far is your trip and how many tanks will you need just to get from point A to point B, but also get from point B back to point A, right? Okay, so how many do you need there? This whole contraption right here is 15 pounds, by the way, which I'll get into that a little bit more here in a second. But then, how much time are you spending there? You're going to some sort of a ceremony or some sort of event, I'm assuming, right? So, you're going to not only have to have the tanks to supply you for that event, but you're more than likely, you're going to need somebody to really help you, because if you're taking your big home concentrator with you so you can sleep on it at night, and whenever you're in your hotel or wherever it is you're staying, you're on that oxygen just like you would be when you're at home. So you've got to lug that giant, which is on average, I'd say 50 pounds, okay? So 50 pounds of extra luggage right there. And then however many of these tanks you need, you're looking at about 8 pounds, and you're looking about 3 feet tall, all right? Over 4 feet with the actual cart. So on average, a lot of people that are driving around, they have an additional, like at least 123 pounds of luggage that they're going to have to take with them in order to basically see this very, very special event. So that's why I kind of gave the spoiler alert in the very beginning. It's just, do yourself a favor, and you can thank me later. Just come rent a portable oxygen concentrator and call it a day. You know what I mean? So.
So by comparison, what's it like to travel with one of the portable concentrators?
Okay, so kind of just briefly gave you an executive summary of what it's like with this. You're looking at 100 plus pounds of extra stuff depending on where you're going. But I'd say a minimum of extra 100 pounds of stuff that you or somebody else is going to have to help you with. This over here, about 5 to 6 pounds, maybe 8 pounds tops with extra batteries.
Wow.
Pretty big differential there, right? And look at this compared to that, as far as putting this in your trunk or your car or what have you. You're going to probably keep it in your car though, because guess what? You have a car charger. So the entire time that you're traveling, this thing is plugged in the entire time and it's staying fully charged. All right? And so if you have the extra batteries as well, then you're looking on average about 4 hours of life in one battery charge. Most customers always get our Freedom program, which we'll have a video about that as well, but it's basically additional batteries and an external battery charger that way you can just swap out batteries whenever one gets low, okay? Another thing to keep in mind is you can actually sleep on these. So the big concentrator, I know you are thinking, well, you still got to bring that big one. No, most people, you can hook this up at nighttime, and basically you can sleep on this too. So this could be your big home concentrator for your trip as well. This is it. That's it. That's all you would have to take.
Wow. Seems like a no-brainer.
It is a no-brainer, and it's interesting because when somebody, usually, and as you know, people from other providers come to see us because we don't bill these. Like, if they can get one of these, that's what they get at Wise Owl. And so after they've experienced, having a portable oxygen concentrator, all of a sudden, their whole world changes. They're like, I can get on a plane. I can come here more often to see my granddaughter and her new husband or what have you. I can go to the grocery store and doctor's offices. I don't have to lug these things around. I have to keep going to the DME and changing them out, like propane tanks for your grill. So it's that's when they start asking the questions of how do I get this? And it's very, very easy. Just reach out to us. We're experts at getting portable oxygen concentrators built. That's our first goal. If for some weird reason we cannot do it, then we have the lowest rate that I've ever seen. You're looking at about $2.29 a day, which is quite reasonable to have that kind of freedom.
Yeah, to have your life back.
You shouldn't skip a beat just because you're on oxygen.